afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, and we're back.
Back at Dow Diamond, Jeff, in a really good baseball game tonight here. The John Glenn Bobcats are going to take on the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers here at beautiful Dow Diamond. Your third stint here at Dow Diamond, my second. Beautiful night, and the field's, again, perfect, and it's going to be a great baseball game.
Anytime high school kids have the opportunity to play here, this is something special.
It really is, Jeff. The field is just fantastic. They do just a great job getting the field ready for these young kids to come out and play. They're treated as well as the Loons. They take care of the field for them in between the games. And so I'm looking for a really good special baseball game tonight against a team of 20-5, the Bobcats, against a team from Nouvel. That's
teetering five.
Teetering around 500, a couple games under. But you know what? Anything can happen in the game of baseball and high school baseball especially.
You start with John Glenn. You start at the top with the head coach, Jeff Hart. 300-plus victories. And, oh, by the way, Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yep, he's been in there a while, Jeff, and he's done a fantastic job. He's been consistent. And what you're going to see with this John Glenn team is you're going to see a team that's fundamentally sound from top to bottom, pitching, fielding, hitting. They're going to do it the right way, and that's why Jeff has been so consistent over the years with a lot of wins, and that's why they're at 20-5 right now.
Their shortstop is a special player, and that's Rory O'Hare, back after a horrific accident, finally back on the field, and he is the leader on this team. But I'm excited to watch Blake Weibel throw tonight. That southpaw is due for something special tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a really good game out of that young man, Jeff, and we're so happy for Rory back healthy. We've watched him mature over the years and on the football field and on the basketball floor. So, a lot of good athletes out there for John Glenn. And Saginaw Nouvel, a smaller Catholic school, Jeff, not a lot of numbers, but a good opportunity for these young men to start playing their best baseball with districts just around the corner.
Didn't get a chance to talk to Sean Larson before the game, but talked to one of his assistants, and he said, I'm very familiar with most of these kids. They all see each other in the summer leagues and stuff. So he says, there's not going to be a whole lot of surprises tonight. But John Glenn at 20-5 has brought it to the table all year long, and I look for that to continue tonight.
Well, and that's one of the nice things about, the baseball in the Great Lakes Bay region, Jeff. These kids all play in travel leagues. They all know each other. They've grown up playing against each other. So, that just kind of adds to the game a little bit more rivalry when you're playing against your buddy.
Should be a lot of fun. Dow Diamond says it all. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The ball game is coming right at you in just a moment here on Bay County TV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we lead with the most advanced technology. We lead with the most experienced, comprehensive medical and surgical teams. We lead with partnerships to teach our future doctors and with organizations who help us bring world-renowned care close to home. We lead because our patients are at the center of everything we do. Covenant Healthcare, extraordinary care for every generation.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dow Diamond. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Picture perfect day for baseball, Coach.
A little bit different than the last time we were here, Jeff. Old Glory is blowing out tonight, not blowing in like we had the last time. So going to be a great night for high school baseball here at the beautiful Dow Diamond.
John Glenn and Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. First pitch of the game is on the outside corner. Blake Weibel coming at it from the southpaw stance. He's got that tall, lanky look on the mound. Wind up in the pitch, a little bit low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. What a great place as we're blessed with our third game this year, Mike, and we're spoiled when we get to sit here.
Yeah, this is definitely the catbird seat, Jeff. We love coming to Dow Diamond, and we have seen some very good baseball games in our trips over here to Midland.
Well, and we have seen no Bay County team lose other than when Garber and Pinconning played. Every other game has been a Bay County victory, so I got to feel we're somewhat of a good luck charm.
I'll tell you what, we got to keep coming.
Yes,
keep following those Bay County squads.
2-1 pitch is swung on and missed as Harry Dwan, the center fielder for Nouvel, can't catch up to that high heat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like they're going to come to the inside third with this one. A little bender, and Dwan does a nice job of fighting it off.
Another good crowd on hand, Jeff. Perfect night for baseball. Nice breeze blowing out tonight. Last time we were here, when I was here, it was cold blowing in. So somebody gets one up in that wind, it could get out of here to left field.
There is a chance of that happening indeed. As John Glenn coming into this series today at 20-5, coming off a tough 2-1 loss this last week against Midland Dow, but winners of the Whitehall tournament last weekend. So these are tournament-tested kids for John Glenn. Count is full. No, they're going to say strike 3 on the outside with the delayed call from our umpire. We're going to have to watch and make sure that he's consistent with that. So we're going to have to give him that second to take the sidestep and
He didn't really go after it like a normal umpire would, Jeff, but a nice job, 1 up and 1 down for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers.
Wind up in the pitch from Weibel, right down the middle, as Osmond is the second hitter. Justin is the shortstop. No balls and 1 strike. Coming in a little bit low in the dirt. That off-speed pitch was 72 miles an hour. I'd like to remind people, Mike, we don't make these numbers up.
No.
we got good eyes.
We can see out in right field, Jeff, that beautiful scoreboard, year number 2. It does tell us the MPHs for every pitch.
There is a little looper, and great job by John Glenn's first baseman, Mason Facundo. He goes back and gobbles it up, 2 up and 2 down, the top of the first for Nouvel.
One thing you will see tonight, Jeff, from John Glenn Bobcats is they will be fundamentally sound, typical of a team coached by our good friend Jeff Hart, the head baseball coach of the John Glenn Bobcats. So 2 up and 2 down for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers.
Brady Alverson is the third hitter for Nouvel as he gets into an 0-1 count. So it looks like early on, Blake Weibel in a nice little rhythm for John Glenn.
Good way to start the game for the Bobcats. 2 out, top of the first, and comes with a high, hard one, did Weibel. Number 12, the lefty for the Bobcats.
Low 80s he's coming with this fastball. But, you know, when you offer that upper 60s to low 70s, it's really tough to catch up to an 81, 82 mile an hour fastball.
Nice to see that change of pace by the kids.
Just a little bit up high. And again, I don't want to start assuming that because the umpire takes that second before he makes the motion, but all indication was that was a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strike. That was one of those pitcher's pitches. I think he's going to come low and on the outside with the heater. Absolutely hits the mitt, and strike 3. Batter looks and goes, oh, man, I didn't think that was a strike. Well, go back and tell your teammates. The umpire's got a big zone. We're going to call it that way all game long. Get the bat off your shoulder at the end of a half inning. It's 0-0. John Glenn coming up to bat. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala along with you, Brendan Brill, the first hitter for the John Glenn Bobcats. As Brill, the second baseman, leads things off. As he takes the first pitch out of the zone, ball number 1. Pitcher is Jacob Burr for the little pop up on the infield. Second baseman says, I'll take a shot at that. And Brady Alverson unassisted on the first pop out of the game. 1 up and 1 down. The John Glenn Bobcats have Sontag up next. Carter Sontag is the catcher, hitting number 2. We'll find out now what Burr is going to feature, as that ball is an off-speed pitch down in the dirt, all the way down at 61 miles an hour.
Yeah, Burr's kind of working that shoulder a little bit there, Jeff, after that pitch, so we'll see what happens on the next one. Hoping the young man is okay. Woo!
They call that the hot shot in the hot corner.
They don't call it the hot corner for nothing, brother. Right there. Nice job by the third baseman, number 10, Ryan Byers of the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. 1 hop and a toss over to first base, 2 up and 2 down for the Bobcats. Nice job by that young man. Stay right in front of it, put the glove down.
Well, you're in protective mode when you're down there. He got that mitt down. Otherwise, he'd have had himself a nice baseball-sized bruise on his abdomen.
That was a nice job by that young man. And, again, like to see Nouvel, smaller school over in Saginaw, Jeff, playing the bigger school is going to help him in the long run.
Boy, a nice pitch. When you look at John Glenn, though, yep, second out of the inning, but what I'm looking at is the type of contact, and they were certainly all over it. There's another ball right to the shortstop. He has a quick bobble on it. He does not make it at first base, as Justin Osman bobbled that for just a split second, and the speed of the Bobcats down the line is Rory O'Hare, and we talked about Rory for a minute. It's great that that young man is back. Had a horrific automobile accident and had an extended recovery, but he's back, and he's good at all 3 sports, but I think baseball's his best.
We've enjoyed watching him over the years on Bay County TV, Jeff.
As that ball's a high, lazy fly ball, and I'll tell you, trying to track that thing, and it's going to be a tweener. O'Hare, he's going to easily make it home. Pulling into second base is Canuti, as that ball just seemed to get up in that wind and carry. Wasn't great communication between the center fielder and right fielder. Both of them looked like they wanted the other one to get it.
Yeah, they were talking out there, you could see, but they weren't sure who was going to catch that, Jeff. And again, when it goes to right field, the ball is going to tail back to the center field because that's the way the wind's blowing. So it had that little draw on it, so that was a tough play for both those outfields for the Panthers.
Well, Rory O'Hare was off on the pitch running, so he would have stolen second base, and he had no trouble coming back around to home. 1-0 John Glenn, and there is a foul ball. That's going to be a dozen rows up into the seats, and the kids will get after that and make short work of it as soon as they spot it. Ooh, went to the wrong row. Look at him. Where is it? One more row back. Oh, there it is. Oh, he got it. No free bag of popcorn here with that, though.
It's not Coryell Field.
No balls and 1 strike. The ball batter is hit on the play. As Friedenberg will get the pass to first base. And it looks like Higgins will be up next. Cody's the third baseman. John Glenn's got a little 2-out rally rolling here. One thing, though, is it's all unearned runs due to that bobble by the shortstop. And that's the difference between the third out of an inning and a 2-out rally, which the John Glenn Bobcats are enjoying right now. That ball just misses. That might have been a skosh low, but nice job. Good eye. And 2-0 count right now. Great hitters count.
There you go.
An off-speed pitch, and they're going to say that one misses the mark as well. For almost every pitch, he's making some type of an adjustment, or that pitch was right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, 2 outs and 2 runners on for the John Glenn Bobcats.
Must be his routine, Jeff and Jacob Burr. It's got to be his routine. I thought he had a little soreness or tightness, but it seems like that's his routine.
Oh, that one's going to get out of here as the count now is full. As Higgins Cody Higgins with an opportunity now with a 3-ball and 2 or 3 strikes or 2.
3 and 2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Easy for me to say. And a nice pitch on the outside third. Finishes things off. No, it looks like Byers trying to shake that off a little bit, Jacob Burr.
Yep.
So we'll find out what's going on. But at the end of the first inning, the Bobcats get on the board and are up 1-0. Back for the second inning in a moment on Bay County TV.
So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Caucaulin or give us a call at 989-684-9607.
Back for the second inning on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as the Bobcats strike first in this ballgame, Mike, and find themselves up 1-0.
Nice first inning for Jeff Hart and his Bobcats. Jeff, at top of the second, coming to bat. Number 5, Joe Bartle is the catcher for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers.
Boy, and I'll tell you, not able to catch up. I like the nice, healthy rip, though, at that 81-mile-an-hour fastball offering. That was right down the middle. He put it on a platter and just swung through it. Another duplication of that pitch is Blake Weibel just rearing back and letting it go here. Now let's see if the hitter's looking off speed.
Consistent at 81, Jeff, on his fastball. He's been there all game so far. Might as well come with it, right?
He says, you know, if he didn't catch up to the first 2, let's finish it off. 3 straight pitches, all strikes, 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Weibel, really looks like he's tuned in here early on.
Yeah, that's, Jeff, it's nice to be pitching when it's nice and warm out. You're loose and everything seems to be working. And Weibel's doing a nice job. A little curveball, a little bit high right there. 1 ball, 0 strikes at the point number 20 for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. Jacob Burr, the pitcher.
He's hoping that he can make something happen. Right on the outside corner of the plate. What a great job by Sontag just framing the pitch.
That was a beautiful job, and no doubt the referee liked it. 1-1 for Burr, pitcher for the Panthers.
Foul ball. So even when they're making contact early on, they're late.
Yep.
So I don't know, because the command early on that off-speed pitch isn't there. I think you just show it once in a while, whether it's a strike or not. And he's going to come with heat.
Coach Sean Larson, the head coach of the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. Jeff, talked to him before the game. Just a touch under 500 in this 2019 season for the Panthers. Again, a little bit late.
They've had stretches where they've played really well, and then there's stretches where, as they put it, some of their best players haven't really stepped up and played like some of their best players. And that is frustrating until you remind them, we're dealing with 15 to 17-year-old kids for the most part here. Yep. And so it's always a work in progress as that one's cued off the end of the bat, and it will be a foul ball. Look at Coach Sean down there showing off the arm. Multi-talented.
Looks like he's played the game before down there.
I would say he's played it, and he understands it halfway decent. Again, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Jacob Burr trying to stay alive as Blake Weibel brings the offering. It's up just a little bit too high. And
like it.
Jacob Burr, and not real tall in stature, so maybe a strike on a taller batter, but it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's got a good eye at the plate and didn't swim after that high fastball. There's just a lazy little pop fly, and the general on the infield.
Shortstop
always.
Yeah, shortstop always gets that one, man. The shortstop is the quarterback, the point guard.
He's the infield general.
He's
all the above.
He's all the above, and he's got control.
2 up and 2 down here in the top of the second inning for Nouvel. First pitch, just a touch low. Jack Kiwava.
Kiwava. Very good.
We tried to phonetically put it out so that we didn't mangle it, so hopefully Mr. Kiwava were at least close on that.
And we apologize if we're not.
We're just a couple of guys from Bay City trying to get it right. 2 balls and no strikes the count on Kiwava.
On deck for the Panthers, Jeff, number 10, Ryan Byers.
Cued right back to the mound. All day for Weibel to turn around, and 6 up and 6 down for Nouvel to start the ball game. Going to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Bobcats. Back in a moment on BCTV.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Here, go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity. Part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Back here for the bottom of the second inning as the John Glenn Bobcats come to bat. Just to the left of Old Glory, we got the Camel out there, but at least the wind's blowing in the right direction, Mike. It's that warm offshore breeze instead of coming off Lay Bay.
Offshore in Midland, Michigan.
Pitch right down the middle, and strike number 1 as the Nouvel batter coming up right now, trying to make things happen. He is the DH, Taylor White.
Some may say, what is a camel flag doing out there, Jeff? And here at Dow Diamond on Wednesdays, the Loons, it's hump day. So what they do is they wear their camel uniforms. And the Rally Camel and all the gang is out on Wednesdays for Hump Day Wednesdays here at Dow Diamond. So check it out if you can.
You're a compendium of information there, brother. Not just another pretty face in the crowd.
Mama Bevan Jean Guisdella did not raise no dummy.
Here's the pitch, and just fouled off by Taylor White. Couldn't stay back long enough on that off-speed offering, but was able to foul it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First batter in the bottom of the second inning. Jacob Burr lined up in the pitch. He's up high, and the count's full.
Now we got a new pitcher out there, Jeff. Number 27, Justin Osmond for Nouvel is on the mound. So maybe something was going on.
Well, even when Burr was coming off, you could tell he was really flexing that rotator. Is that going to fall? Just fouled by 5 or 6 feet. As a nice opportunity by Taylor White. But Justin Osmond now will take the mound. We'll have to see who replaced him.
It's, and there's a lot of routines going on in the game of baseball, Jeff, with pitchers and players and stuff like that. But I think Burr went out to shortstop, and they just switched places. It looks like Burr's out at shortstop number 20, so we'll check on that. But he must be okay.
There's another little lazy pop fly in the infield, and after a bit of communication, the ball is caught by the shortstop, who I believe might be Jacob Burr.
Yeah, it's number 20.
Yep.
So Coach Sean Larson says we're going to put Jacob out at shortstop. We're going to have Justin Osmond do the pitching. 1 up, 1 down for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the second inning from our beautiful Dow Diamond.
And we'll find out. Uh-oh, careful over there.
Ooh.
That's close to my car. But just the quality of swings are what I'm looking for here to see if John Glenn catches up to Osmond, because they really got after Jacob Burr with some hard-hit balls in the first inning.
Yeah, they did.
As that pitch came in at 76 miles an hour, so throwing mid to upper 70s is Justin Osmond. McKenzie, the batter, hits the ball foul.
At Austin?
Yep.
Austin McKenzie, the center fielder for the John Glenn Bobcats.
As he sends one to the second baseman. Nice easy toss over to first base, and 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning.
You know, Jeff, as good a job as the guys do at the local high schools getting their fields prepared for the baseball games, softball games, all the stuff, the grounds crew at the high school level, and they do a fantastic job. You know, they spend so much time here at Dow Diamond making sure this is just a smooth field to play on, and you and I a couple weeks ago walked on this field. We thought it was a turf field when we looked at it. So, you know, these kids, big thrill, good quality bounces, good ground balls, true hops was what I was looking for. So, you know, and again, another big thrill for these young men to play in such a beautiful field.
As swing on and miss, as Facundo.
They don't spare any expense on this field as far as getting the grass ready, the dirt, and
they come out and redo it after the first game, too, so it's all ready for the second game again.
Yep.
2 balls and 1 strike. Facundo with a nice eye at the plate.
And I had the opportunity to work with the grounds crews when I was working in the Bay City Public Schools maintenance department. Man, those guys did a great job getting everything ready. And the softball field we saw the other day at Central High School was in fantastic shape. So, you know, kudos to those guys for getting those things ready. And it was a rough winter, too.
Well, and the big difference you have here at Dow Diamond is that's these guys' job. When you're in the Bay City school system, that's just one of many tasks. You can't spend 4 or 5 hours a day on that field. You got to do the best you can in short order to make it look good and playable, and that's where you really got to take your hats off to them. Counts full, high and outside. Free pass for Facundo as he cruises on down to first base.
Yeah, those guys in those high schools, if they're not fixing the fields, they're plowing snow one day. They might be having to be the custodian next day and then go out and cut the grass, not on the baseball field. So all the high schools, grounds crew, we do tip their hat to them. They do a fantastic job.
Again, 2 outs is when John Glenn made it happen in the first inning. On the outside corner, Breel takes strike 1. As Brendan is up there at an 0-1 count. With the Facundo on first base. Breel puts it right in the hole between the two. Will somebody get there in time? Nice job. Looked like it rolled up the arm just a little bit. And they are going to have out number 2 in the inning.
Oh, they called him safe.
Oh, that's what, okay. He was bobbling the ball, but I could not tell. See, our umpire's over in the slot between short and third. But there was a little miscommunication whether he should go for that ball or not. Didn't realize the second baseman could have been out there and could have made it easy on himself. But Elman could not get back and make it happen in time. Ooh, a little chin music.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sontag says, I already shaved once today. I should be set.
I always remember Kramer on Seinfeld, a little chin music. That's my plate.
1 ball, no strikes. That pitch on the outside corner.
Good pitch.
And I'll tell you, after you come high and tight to send one on the outside corner, that seems like it's a mile away. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 on for John Glenn. There's a ball hit up the middle. Let's see if they're going to try and send the runner home. There's going to be a play coming at the plate. And the player is safe. He went around the slide of the catcher. And you've got a situation now where, as a catcher, and this happened the other night at Central, you cannot block the plate until you have possession of the ball.
Yep, it was a nice throw, Jeff, and a good slide by the Bobcat runner to get around that tag. Ball was in plenty of time, but he just took a little wider path. Got the plate for the first time, but got back on the plate the second time, and that's a big run, number 2. 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning for the Bobcats.
I believe Facundo was the one that scored for John Glenn. Of course, with 2 outs, you're off on a crack of the ball, so crack of the bat on the ball as Rory O'Hare comes up to bat. Ball on the outside corner of the plate, strike 1. That ball just about scooted into center field on the exchange from catcher to pitcher, too, so they've got to be careful. That's a live ball when that happens. Another ball just curls on the inside.
62 mph.
And Rory gave up on that pitch and just came through and caught the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. On the Outside. They're going to say that was strike number 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So all of that's a moot point at the end of 2. It's 2-0. John Glenn on top over Nouvel. Back for the third inning in a moment on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back here at the start of the third inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. John Glenn with a couple of 2-out rallies, one in the first, one in the second, score a pair of runs.
Got 4 hits up on the board, Jeff. 2-4-0 for the Bobcats, 0-0-0 for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. So
we're not going to talk about
no, we're not. No, we're not. I'm not saying a word.
A little bit high on the first offering from Blake
And
Weimer.
I can guarantee you that nothing being said down on the bench either.
That is for sure, as
Yeah.
they say. 1 ball and no strikes. Weibel just rearing back. He's very consistent at 81 miles an hour. Doesn't get a lot above it, doesn't get a lot below it. But I think he hides the ball well, and I think it gets on the batters really, really quickly.
For the Panthers, Ryan Byers, the third baseman, up at the plate, number 10. Whoa.
Snap a Charlie there.
Woo.
What a pretty pitch.
Yes, that was.
Nothing that Ryan Byers could do, boy. He was looking fastball, and now he's guessing at 1 ball and 2 strikes what he's going to see.
You're going to see a little heat come right down the middle here, Jeff. Maybe outside corner.
He tried to maybe overthrow that a little bit. It still was at 81, but didn't get that front foot down and that shoulder up over the top. So at 2 balls and 2 strikes, he'll do it again.
Still a good pitch.
Just missed. By the time they got to the catcher's mitt, it was a strike, but it never crossed the plate. So that's a good ball call by the home plate umpire.
And I like the way Sontag just left it there just to tease a little bit, see what happens.
Just to show him where it finished.
That's right. Catchers are savvy individuals.
So he got a little bit over anxious, wanted to overthrow that last pitch. He got up to 82. And that's, unfortunately, it was high and wide. As the batter now will be number 22. Designated hitter.
Yeah, designated hitter Nick Kennedy. Now that is a bright bat right there, my friend.
And that ball popped up in the air. Very nice job by Carter Sontag. He made it an easy out. And boy, when you're trying to sacrifice, you have got to make that happen because you're already giving up an out to try and get that runner into scoring position.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there for Kennedy for Nouvel Catholic Central. Jeff at the plate, number 6, Logan Marino.
Yep.
1 out here in the top of the third inning for the Panthers. Whoa, almost got him.
Had him just leaning a little bit. And that's the other beauty of being a lefty. You really get a much better look at that runner at first base. So if he sees him even leaning the wrong way, you know that's very close. And another time, 2 throws in a row, and I don't have a feeling that he's going to be going anywhere at first base.
Word must be out on Ryan Byers, Jeff, for the scouting report for Coach Hart. He has a little bit of speed. They're going to try to keep him close. Almost got him a couple times. Oh, he got him this time.
He's out as he took an extra step towards second base, and Sontag stood up and just threw a bullet to first base, and he tried to slide back. He stuck in the ground, never even got back to first base.
Nice job by Sontag, Jeff, noticing that, getting it down to the first baseman, Facundo. And there was no doubt about it. Byers just could not get back to the base in time. 2 outs here in the top of the third for the Panthers.
Beautiful first pitch. I'll tell you, Sontag, I am guaranteeing they'll have a little verbal assistance on that play. When they saw him cruise it away. I'd say half the people on the bench were chirping at him to throw that thing down to first base.
He snapped it good down there, though, didn't he?
As another excellent pitch. In fact, I thought the assistant coach, Drew Harding, was the one that I heard the loudest. So he gets an assist on that play.
Okay. Is that from the same Harding family that we know?
That's son of Bradley.
All right.
And Mary. And I don't want to give Dad credit.
That's right. I always give Mom credit first. Dad's always second.
Well, at least Dads will know they're in the top two.
Okay.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers here in the top of the 3rd inning. Trying to get back into things, and a strikeout at the end of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's 2-0. John Glenn on top. Back for the bottom of the 3rd in a moment on BCTV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala along with you. Some of the John Glenn Bobcat faithful here watching the activities this afternoon. Got to be happy with that 2-0 start.
Got to be very happy, Jeff. 2-0 start. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here at Dow Diamond. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Up to bat is Ben Canuti, starting it off for the John Glenn Bobcats.
Well, Big Ben had a big hit in the 1st inning, part of that rally that scored the 1st run. And there's another one of those returns from the catcher to Justin Osmond that went awry, and I said earlier, one that he snow coned that went to him high. With runners on base, you got to be really careful you don't be giving up a freebie. As Canuti fouls one off, and that ball just going to make it over into the grassy knoll.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that one, but that's a good one.
It just came in to the frontal lobe. I thought I'd share it.
Sometimes I wonder where they come from after 25 years.
I don't have a good answer for you.
Doesn't shock me anymore.
On the outside, pitch, strike 3. As Canuti just thought that ball was a touch outside, but very consistent calls from the umpire. He's going to give the corners to the pitchers. You got to know that as a hitter to get the bat off the shoulder.
Friedenberg up next, Jeff, for the Bobcats.
Bryce.
One down, Bryce Friedenberg.
And the pitcher, Justin Osmond, really starting to look like he's getting into a nice groove.
Yeah.
As he's just peppering the strike zone on almost every offering.
There's another one.
Ooh, nice little curve ball right there. As Friedenberg finds himself down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. That ball just a little bit low and scoots away. So this one from Bartels is down in the dirt, so he's really making the pitcher work for his strikes out there on the mound. Bryce Friedenberg with a ball and 2 strike count. Boy, and he gets into one right there, and just
he got it.
Beautiful grab by the center fielder. Lays out and comes up with a biggie.
Looks like number 13, Jeff, Harry Dewan. What a great catch out there. It was kind of fading from hard hit. He's a lefty out there in center field. And
that helped him.
Sure did. Made a great diving catch. Number 13, Harry Dewan, 2 up and 2 down for the Bobcats in the bottom of the 3rd. Nice job of that young man.
He got a great jump on the ball, and that's what allowed him to have an opportunity to get to it. But again, when you look at John Glenn and the outs that they have made, they're hitting the ball hard.
Yep.
And that's all you can ask as a coach. Where that ball goes is irrelevant. Just making good, hard, solid contact is what you're striving for.
Yeah, ball's traveling well tonight in this kind of warm, kind of muggy tonight a little bit, Jeff. Thank goodness for that breeze that we do have, because it's actually a little warm out there, but they really are doing a nice job hitting the ball, hitting it hard. And when they do hit it hard, they hit it at somebody. It's tough for the Panthers to handle.
Well, and I think a good break for Nouvel. If that ball's up in the air another 10 feet, it gets up in the jet stream over the top of this press box area. and you're in a position where that ball could still be rolling to the fence.
Good
so
point.
it stayed low. The wind never was a factor on it, but you got to give Dewan full credit for getting the jump on it, coming up with a diving grab.
Fantastic catch by that young man. Congratulations.
There's a high pop fly. It started in foul territory, ended in fair territory as Elman comes up with a catch. Nothing for John Glenn in the third inning. At the end of 3, it's 2-0. John Glenn on top. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
It doesn't matter what kind of weather. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. When Mother Nature's done her worst, the only thing that matters to us is keeping the lights on for you. The hard-working men and women of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, dedicated to keeping the power on in communities across the country. Because when bad weather strikes, we know what matters most. The IBEW, the power professionals.
Back here on Bay County TV, high school baseball at Dow Diamond. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. What a great facility.
Nice facility, Jeff, and always a pleasure. We get treated very well when we come over here. They appreciate the effort that we do, and we appreciate the booth that they set us up in.
Well, they take
they do.
Great pride in making sure that we're extremely comfortable up here. Oh, yeah, and we do appreciate it.
Oh, there's nothing better than being up here. It's just you're not too far away from home plate, got a good vantage, and certainly thank everybody here at Dow Diamond.
After a really big catch in the outfield, would it just be poetic justice for that young man to come up to bat Harry Dewan?
Might as well.
He had the play of the game thus far, certainly a great diving catch out there. Glad that he was a southpaw. That helped in his dive for the ball. A perfectly painted pitch on the outside corner of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Dewan just couldn't catch up with that, he was praying and hoping that it was outside. But now with a 2-ball and 2-strike count, tried to throw that off-speed pitch at 67 miles an hour, and he just hasn't had great feel for that yet in this game.
Yeah, not yet, Jeff. And talking about Dewan, and it's a good position you're in there when he makes a great catch and he knows he's coming up there, and everybody remembers that. A little extra applause for that young man for that great effort out in center field.
It was a beautiful thing. As that ball's fouled into the stands.
A fan from Beaver Township got that ball right there, my friend.
They were elated to be in the house, and the long drive paid off with a foul ball. Unfortunately, they got to return it.
To the John Glenn dugout.
Yes, indeed. Strike 3. Perfect pitch. As Dewan, the last 2 pitches were absolutely painted on the outside corner, and he couldn't pull the trigger on either one.
Guess what the miles per hour were?
It's got to be 81.
You are correct, my friend.
He's only touched 82 once, I think.
Yep, and, been very consistent with that fastball, Jeff. 81 seems to be the proficient speed for that young man.
That is a pitch that I absolutely adore. When you can send that thing right on the black on the inside corner, these kids stand so close to home plate, and they lean over the plate. As the ball gets right up, and look at that, able to spot it, and he throws a strike to first base. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. As Facundo said, man, you don't have to throw an 81 mile an hour to me here at first base. We got time, but I'm prepped and I'm ready for it.
Well, coaches were a little concerned about Blake. He got hit with the ball, so they jumped out of the dugout. They looked at him, pointed at him. He said, yep, I'm okay, and off we go.
Well,
2 up and 2 down.
It would take a stretcher to bring him off the field the way he's throwing so far.
That thing came hard, too. It came quick.
And just a little bit low. That looked like one of his better offerings.
Yeah.
Had good movement on it. He just was a little bit low of the plate.
Got it down to 66 miles per hour on that curveball, Jeff. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, I'll tell you, they have really had a hard time turning over on that fastball. Everything they've hit is fouled off straight back or to the left field for the most part.
Up for the Panthers, second baseman, number 2, Brady Alverson.
Brady got a 1-1 count. Pitch down in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. And unlike in Tiger Town, when that happens, the ball gets pitched back. Here, you just return it to the pitcher. Play ball.
We can't afford those. We need everyone we can get.
Our budget says no dice. Look at that. Absolutely.
Perfect.
When you can throw a ball on the outside corner that the catcher doesn't have to move a muscle, you're going to get that call 99 times out of 100.
And makes the job of the umpire right there nice and easy for him, too,
when he
Jeff.
sees no movement in that glove, that makes the job easy. That ball hit the third base. Nice job that time as Cody Higgin just eats it up. A quick flip to first base. We played 3.5. It's 2-0 John Glenn. Back after these on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, looking down at the brain trust of the John Glenn Bobcats with over 300 career victories, Jeff Hart.
Hall of Famer.
Yes, indeed.
Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, Jeff Hart.
He's a good interview, too.
He is a really good interview. Did a nice job. And before I forget, I forgot to say something to you the other day, Jeff.
What?
Belated happy anniversary. How could I forget that? 24 years with that beautiful woman.
I know she's a saint.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm giving the paraphrase version.
But happy anniversary, my friend.
Well, thank you.
I was there when you walked down that aisle, so I remember it very well. So
I
congratulations.
remember it like it was yesterday, too. It was a lot of fun indeed. So John Glenn, as they get to the bottom of the fourth inning, right down the first base line, a great fortuitous bounce gets the ball up over the first baseman and into right field. So John Glenn starting things up a little strange. Their first 2 runs come on 2-out rallies.
Yep.
Now they're going to see if they can do something different to start the inning.
With nobody out.
Yes, those fortuitous bounces, you got to watch for them.
I was going to ask you to spell that, but we'll just leave it right where it's at.
Starts with 4.
I think F-O-R,
Yes,
not the
indeed.
number.
So attempt at the bunt, and they are going to say that McKenzie offered on that. So Austin McKenzie, no balls and 1 strike. As we're here again in the bottom of the fourth inning, he's going to try one more time, and I'd say put it down to first base. Because that's high and outside. Osmond might have anticipated. I like the fact that Osmond anticipates the bunt, and he goes high with the ball, which gives you a better chance to have that thing pop up.
Absolutely. That was a good pitch. You know it's coming with the bunt again, too, Jeff.
Oh, McKenzie just tried the old swing and bunt to try and be headed to first base, and he bunted right through it, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. Probably Coach Hart's going to take the bunt off now and see if McKenzie can come up with a base knock.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
That's
Jeff Hart.
well, I was just, you knew what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
That's why you're up here and I'm up here. And Coach Hart's down there.
He's down there smiling at us right now. He goes, Brother Tone and Brother Gwiz, don't ever try and outthink a 300-plus win Hall of Famer. Is that ball down in the dirt? So now the count is full. Sometimes when you turn to bunt early, you're playing mind games with the pitcher.
Yep.
And I think that's worked to a certain extent. Now at 3-2, I don't know. Do you take the bunt up? I say
no, I'm not saying anything.
And he offered, and a pitch that may have just been outside.
Yeah.
So 3 tries, could not come up with it. Right back is Facundo. And then the top of the order as Mason will have an opportunity. Mason was part of the second inning rally. Scored the second run for the John Glenn Bobcats. Ooh, had a nice rip. And a fastball right over near Jared.
We got the full team together tonight. It's been a while since all of us been together.
Hail, hail.
Hail, the gang's all here.
It's nice to have everybody back intact and all the work schedules and life schedules worked out for us to be able to do it. As Facundo takes a ball down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And there's still those three outside the behind the scenes. They're still a little saucy when you're talking to them. You too.
They're all a work in progress.
We'll get them to where we want them. They do a fantastic job.
Yep, I wouldn't trade this team for anything.
Absolutely not. Well, maybe some cash options.
Wow.
For you and I.
Big cash options. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's Facundo. That's got a great eye at the plate. And that ball just on the outside corner of the plate again. A nice painter of the outside on the black. And that's a pitcher's pitch.
Yeah,
Not a lot he could have done with that as a hitter.
That was a beautiful pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Justin Osmond.
Facundo seeing if he can make something happen. Part of the second run, he backs out right now. Looked like Justin Osmond was taking a little more time than he liked. Threw his rhythm off. Got a hit and run going, and that ball is going to drop. And it will be runners on first and second with 1 out. Facundo does a great job as that allowed the DH,
Taylor White,
to get down to second base.
Well, and he did a nice job, Jeff. That was kind of a lazy fly ball, and he wasn't quite sure if the center fielder was going to catch it. And then when it did drop, he just, watched what was happening and didn't try to make something happen. So good base running by White to get to second base. Good heads-up running. There's another one.
Ball is in the gap, and I don't know, is that going to be caught? A beautiful catch out there by Harry Dewan. Now you're going to watch as I forgot to tell you, the right hand over the left chest for the infield fly rule. Now you're going to see him take his hand, and you're going to see him go to the home plate umpire. There he goes. He wipes it off. The infield fly rule is no longer in effect.
I'll tell you what.
Picture perfect.
Could it happen any better than?
I hope they zoomed in on it. So with 2 outs, Paul just a little bit high, as Sontag is going to have an opportunity. He's got a duck on the pond with a 1 ball, no strike count.
Well, I haven't heard that one in a while.
Well.
Ducks on the pond.
And that ball is a base hit, and that is going to be a great hit. And taking the wide turn and drawing the throw at second base, which is exactly what you want, allowing that runner to go to third base uncontested, which is Facundo.
Nice job of base running by the Bobcats there, Jeff. Good job by the hitter for the Bobcats. That was number 10. Sontag. And Troy Porter, Zach Fisher is in to run for Sontag. But again, good heads up, solid fundamental base running by the Bobcats.
Oh, another 2-out run for John Glenn. That's their theme with all 3 of them in this game thus far.
That's happened in the first, second, and the 4th inning, Jeff. Up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they're just making great contact. Again, that is Justin Osmond's spot on the field right now. He has got that outside corner at the knees right down pat.
O'Hare, the batter for the Bobcats, Jeff. And, they're just going with the pitch, too. They're not trying to do anything special with the baseball. They've hit it to right field a lot the last couple innings. So, nice job of hitting by the Bobcats.
Indeed, they are tuned in, and they are hitting the ball hard. As I'm looking down at some of the fans right now that we've got in attendance. As Rory O'Hare goes after the high, hard heat, can't catch up with it. At the end of 4 innings, John Glenn 3, Nouvel nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Well, it's got to be a big game. Tony Garcia's in the house. I don't know how he's not having to umpire today, but he's here watching a little Nouvel and John Glenn action. I'll have to check with him between games to see who he's here watching. Got prime seating.
Yeah, he's got great seating. About 1, 2, 3, 4 rows up.
Unobstructed view.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you come in, not a bad seat in the house here at Dow Diamond, Jeff. No matter where you sit, just fantastic field.
No better seats, though, than what the old announcers get up here.
I'll tell you what.
As that pitch just outside. And again, that pitch by Carter Sontag, you saw him catch it, and when he moves that thing to the inside, then he's trying to sell the fact that that ball's not over the plate. When even it's on the outside, I just leave that mitt there. That pitch ends up being just a little bit low, 2 balls and no strikes, as Blake Weibel finds himself down in the count.
Joe Bartles, the catcher for Nouvel Catholic Central, up to the plate. Top of the 5th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on Joe, just starting. 3-0, excuse me, 3-0. He just put it up there for Bartles, leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Panthers.
A little bit of work to come back, but the first pitch is right down the middle of the plate. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. As the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers looking for runs here as they're down to their last 9 outs of the game. And just that quick. He said, I hear you up there, Mr. Jeff. That is the first hit of the ball game, and I didn't want to say anything prematurely, but great job by Blake Weibel. And maybe now he can relax, because I say now when you get out there really at the start of the 5th, it starts into the process of your mental psyche.
And that's when the pitcher goes down to the other end of the dugout, sits all by himself. Do not talk to me. Leave me alone. Get out of my face.
I wouldn't tell you I'm superstitious, but
no, but that's why I'm down here.
I'm just here with all my friends gathering my thoughts.
Yes.
So, but now, you know, he'll be able to sit in the middle of the dugout again. But he pitched 4 innings, a superb ball.
Yes, he has.
And very solid first hit. You know, you want to make sure if you're going to lose that no-hitter that it's on a solid base hit, and that was a nice line drive base hit.
Ooh, Jeff, was that number 20, Jeff Hart, throwing that rock? Did you see that?
Cat-like quickness the way he bounced out of that dugout.
I think that was pushing about 62 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's going to show you he's still got it after 300-plus wins. 1-1.
Whoa.
Just getting the old hand back into first base ahead of that toss.
A nice move.
Joe Bartles was maybe just leaning a little bit, and he barely got back.
Jacob Burr up to the plate for the Panthers. And Sontag just lost a little bit of sight of it, and they're going to have the runner advance down to second base. Bartles, good heads-up base running by Joe. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jacob Burr here in the top of the 5th inning. John Glenn 3, and the Panthers nothing.
Burr with an opportunity to plate the first run for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. And that's just a little squibber. And when you got a nice opportunity, he's going to be out at third if that throw is down. But Bartles gets in. Nice job that time as Weibel just glanced long enough to freeze the runner, Bartles. But as that throw was a long throw from almost at third base down to first, and the return throw from Facundo could not get that thing down. If he throws that thing down low, then that's a bang-banger at third base.
He looked him off, Jeff, and then he got him back a little bit, but he kept going. So big opportunity right here in the top of the 5th for the Panthers. 1 out, 1 strike on number 7, Jack Cuava. I got to put my glasses on. I couldn't see it.
At least that's as close as we can get to it. If it's not perfect, our apologies, young man. As right again, that ball might be a fist off of the plate, but I love the fact that that umpire has given it the entire game.
Yeah, he's been very consistent behind the plate, Jeff. You're exactly right. And that's what you're looking for. As a coach, you just want to have an umpire, referee, just be consistent.
And strike 3 as Cuava was not patient and went out of the strike zone for that. And just that quick, there's 2 outs with a runner on third base. Now the pressure's on Sontag, especially if he's calling for a breaking ball. He has got to smother that ball and not allow a free run to score.
Yes, good point. Ryan Byers up for the Panthers. 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Man on third is number 5, and that is the catcher, Joe Bartles.
Absolutely. Blake Weibel is tuned in at 81 miles an hour on his fastball, and he just seems to have great control of it. Coming back to the outside third of the plate, knee high. And again, that pitch is absolutely right into the catcher's mitt, not even flinching. And you know you're on when you're, as a pitcher, you can hit that spot without the catcher moving his glove. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. So Weibel gives up his first hit of the ball game, but stranded at third as Bartles will go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-0. John Glenn over Nouvel. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as the John Glenn Bobcats are on top 3-0 here going into the bottom of the 5th inning in a ball game that has been 3 runs by 2 out rallies.
Brisk game so far, Jeff, and you're right. All the runs scored with 2 outs and big hits, big plays by the Bobcats.
Ben Canuti up to bat, the right fielder. There's another ball that's going to sail into short center field, and Bartles has just got a rocket arm there. He can't bring that thing back down, and he says, I got to throw that ball like I'm throwing it to second base all the time. Get that runner.
Big thank you, Jeff. Before we forget, to the athletic department at the John Glenn, Matt Schmidt, superintendent, always ready to help us out a little bit. So we want to say thanks to the Booster Club at John Glenn and our friend Matt Schmidt, superintendent, and all the staff over for the Bangor Township Schools.
Daniel Decuff, the old Thomas Lincoln Handy graduate. Boy, look at that ball, just scorched, and it eats up the second baseman, Alverson, as a leadoff hit.
That was smoked.
As Ben Canuti just hit a frozen rope, and that just absolutely ate up the second baseman. He tried to olay that thing from the side, and that ball was by him before he got a chance to get that glove up in the neighborhood. Looks like Friedenberg's going to have an opportunity now in the bottom of the 5th inning with a runner on first and nobody out. He's the left fielder. Quickly on the first pitch, and he is almost standing up before that ball gets there. So beautiful job that time as the John Glenn Bobcats are putting it in motion. Canuti says, I'm not wasting any time getting down to second base. And look at that. Friedenberg says, Yahoo! I got a duck on the pond out there with a 1-ball, no strike count.
Big run. Get that 4th run in, Jeff. That's a big run right there for the Bobcats.
Ball comes right straight back as Bryce Friedenberg has a 1-ball and 1 strike count. They're a little behind on the scoreboard on this one, but I'm 99% sure that first pitch was high and outside for ball 1. So we'll keep an eye on it. That ball just misses a 64-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nope, they got it wrong on the board.
They'll fix it.
As it's getting a little dark out there.
Yeah, it is.
And they talked about showers this evening, but, I said to the producer and director, just get us through that first game. Get us till 6:30, and we'll be able to bring it all in and break it down. We'll be fine.
Was that Nick or was that
Papa Nick?
There you
There's a
go.
ball in the hole. And nice job as Canuti just had to wait long enough to make sure if that's gobbled up by the shortstop, then he is in danger of being thrown out at third, especially with no outs. That's heads-up base running.
Well, and the shortstop was a little bit closer to second base, Jeff, and he had to go a long way. There's no way he was going to get that ball, but C&I ground ball right there for the Bobcats. 1st and 3rd, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bobcats up 3-0 over Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers.
Up to bat right now is Higgan, Cody. It's the ball just a little bit on the outside right now, and Osmond pitching and really his first problems in a while here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He's got to take a couple of deep breaths on the mound and see if he can reel it back in.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid, Jeff, all game. This has been a tough start for the young man. There's a strike.
Perfectly thrown ball. Yeah. And on the corners, they're going to be able to come to the plate if they need it, but short and second are playing for the double dip.
Out in the right field, looks like the Tawas area Braves are in the house.
As there's a fly ball to right, and that could be over the head. A great catch by the right fielder, and he is going to get that ball back in. Canuti easily scores, but Cuava, he turns around. He had a little ice cream cone on that as he barely got back, but he said, you know, Mr. Donut, doesn't matter if it's ice cream or not. That's a beautiful catch.
That's still in the cone.
And he's very fortunate because that ball was sailing on him. He did a great job of coming back and getting it.
First step he took was in, Jeff. You know what they always say, take a step back. It's a lot easier to come in than it is to go back. But he made a nice catch and a big run number 4 for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 5th. Hit and run on.
There's a beautiful hit and run. It's done to perfection. And they're going to try and throw to third base. And then go back to second base, and he is going to be safe as he got his foot in just in front of the tag, and that was a perfect call by a official that was in absolutely picture-perfect position to make that call.
I'm going to tell you right now, I thought he was out, but again, I was wrong.
Nope.
Yeah, our umpire was right there, did a nice job, Jeff, and you're right. Textbook by the umpire, and again, fundamental, sound baseball running by the Bobcats. And Jeff Hart.
Well, and with only one out in this inning, they have taken away the force in the double play. So an opportunity for John Glenn to really get after it now, up 4-0.
Bringing in the infield.
And that ball goes to shortstop. And Jacob Burr with a nice job, just a quick glance to third. They were not going on contact. And that will make a 2-out situation right now for the John Glenn Bobcats. Mason Facundo comes up again, and he says, man, look at that. We're only in the bottom of the 5th, and I'm getting my 3rd stick, and I'm near the bottom of the lineup.
I'm thinking there's 2 ducks on the pond out there for Mason Facundo.
Double quack. Boy, great job that time by Osmond. Hasn't shown a whole lot of the off speed, but he just snapped one off there at 63 miles an hour. Facundo couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh,
way
got
outside.
away.
That's a nice job by Bartles. He saved a run there by quickly getting out of the crouch and getting out after that ball.
Well, and the backstop here, Jeff, is a long ways away from home plate, so that's going to be an easy score unless it hits hard enough and comes back.
There's a lazy fly ball, and out there Dewan says, I've got this under control. He gobbles it up. At the end of 5 innings of play, the John Glenn Bobcats 4, Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers nothing. Back in a moment for the 6th on BCTV.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala along with you to the top of the 6th inning. And there's the score telling it all, 4-0. John Glenn on top over Nouvel.
10 big hits for the Bobcats tonight, Jeff.
They have really made solid contact for a lot of their hits tonight. Even some of their outs have been hard hit balls.
Yep.
As we got Coach Sean Larson running down there a little bit late. He was doing a little instruction down in the dugout.
He's a skosh tardy, as you would say.
He made it out there in time to direct traffic if there is any. As that ball is down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. As again, here in the top of the 6th inning, Nouvel down to 6 outs here. If they're going to make something happen, it's got to be sooner instead of later. Blake Weibel. Uh-oh, that one is going to be right in front of Nick.
On top of the roof.
Watch out, it's probably coming back.
It was right at us. Right at us.
See, a lot of times, though, it'll roll back down, and they've got those little things there that collect the ball and sends it right back into a pouch. That ball's hit the center field, and McKenzie standing out there going, oh, I had that one perfectly played. Austin squeezes the mitt, 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 6th.
One step back and took a peek, and there it was. Came in a little bit, 1 up, 1 down. For the Panthers is number 6, and that is Logan Marino, left fielder for the Panthers.
Austin McKenzie had just a little bit of Leonard Skinner down there. Just give me 3 steps. That's all he had to take, and he got it. So, 1 out here in the
3 steps, baby.
Don't have to head towards the door.
You are going old school.
So that ball is easy hop to third. Higgins cannot make the good throw, but a beautiful job by Facundo. Comes down the line, scoops up the ball, and says, how about this for a quick little tag at first and out number 2? How about Sontag down there in case that was an errant toss? He got himself about 3/4 of the way down the first baseline.
Facundo did a nice job, Jeff, making that tag. Throws just a skosh wide and make the tag out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning for the Panthers.
Ball inside. When I used to catch, too, I would always remind the pitcher, especially if there's a runner on second base and a ground ball, pitcher, you cover in home plate because I'm following it to first. In case that ball gets away from the first baseman, I don't want a freebie run to score. So that was always something that I communicated well with the pitcher to make sure that we had all the bases covered.
Number 13, Harry Dwan up for the Panthers. Harry had a nice diving catch a few innings ago.
He had the POG, the play of the game.
Yes.
Now he's going to get a nice base hit up the middle for the second hit of the game for Nouvel. He's a good-looking young player.
Yeah, nice smooth swing right there for Harry. Just went with the pitch, Jeff, put it right up the middle. And that's hit number 2 on the evening for the Panthers. Up next, number 27, the pitcher, Justin Osman. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Bay City John Glenn 4, and the Panthers of Nouvel Catholic Central 0.
Osman trying to help his cause right now because he's on the mound. And there is a beautiful throw to second base. Gets away from the second baseman, as there would have been a play at second base. But, you know, that's the deal in high school. You got to make them make a perfect pitch, a perfect exchange, and a perfect catch at second base. And if any one of those 3 don't go perfect, you got a great chance of stealing the base.
And good job by Rory O'Hare backing up that steal on second base, Jeff. So the runner could not advance.
As Weibel says, up, I got one here, and look at Canuti. He is going to wind up and let it fly. And, ooh, he was saying, I'm going to hit the cutoff, and by the time they spin around, I don't think they're going to be able to score. So very alertly, Sean Larson does not want to run himself out of the inning, and he holds up the runner at third base. I think very well done.
Yep.
That was a shallow hit to right field, and Canuti was coming in, so his momentum was bringing him to home plate, and I don't think he would have scored.
He would have definitely been out, Jeff. First and third, 2 outs here. A little bit of rally going on for the Panthers.
And he did get his arm in just a little bit late for Facundo. He had a little trouble getting that ball out of his mitt, and the throw to second was high. And the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers are on the board here in the 6th inning.
Blake Weibel did a nice job of going to first base, Jeff, but you are absolutely right. Well, look at the players here for the Nouvel. They got their floaties out. Must be the rally floaties.
I tell you what, they are getting ready for a pool party, it looks like. We didn't get an invite.
I wonder if Louie Loon's going to be invited to that pool party.
Hell,
he likes water.
He sinks. 2 down. Here's the John Glenn Bobcats trying to put an end to this rally as Nouvel gets on the board. And there is that great outside corner pitch.
Boy, belt high. That was nice.
As the batter on the play is number 2, Brady Alverson. Brady hitting obviously from the left-hand side. Absolutely. Oh, we called timeout and they granted time.
Oh, I didn't think they were going to give it to him.
But I'll tell you, that was a perfect curveball. His best, I would say, maybe his best curveball of the night.
That was a nice one.
And it goes as a no pitch. But at least it shows he had the feel for it. Let's see what he gets with 1-1.
Same pitch.
He got it again. Boy, just Brady Alverson goes, oh, I knew that was coming, and I just couldn't catch up with it.
Well, in that pitch where they stopped the play, Jeff, Weibel took his time right there, but that was a nice job changing up the rhythm a little bit of how he is going to approach the batter. So that was a nice job.
Well, first time tonight he's gone double curveball, and then right back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play as nice job by O'Hare as he backed up the second baseman. The second baseman couldn't get it clean. And the 2-out rally continues for Nouvel here, making some noise in the top of the 6th.
Well, that's been the theme of the night for the Bobcats, 2-out rallies. A little 2-out rally going right now for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers, up number 5, and that is Joe Bartles, the catcher. And Jeff Hart is going to come out and have a chat on the mound. And it looks like there is a baseball out in right field. One of the younger fans, Jeff. Baseball, and Canuti says, here you go, young man. And we're going to have a little chat on the mound.
Now, of course, I don't know what Jeff is saying, but I can speculate he's going out there. He doesn't have a whole lot to say other than it's been a long inning.
Yep.
Just take a blow, regroup mentally.
Yeah.
I want to just make sure we get this third out. We limit the damage. You've only got 1 run on the board right now. Just take care of this hitter.
Yep, absolutely right, Jeff. You got 1 on third base and another one at first. So, and just if whatever does happen, if it is a base hit, just make sure we're doing what we've been doing all year to get us to 20-5.
And it's just that opportunity to get him a blow. It's first time he's really had to pitch in any trouble today.
Yep.
And let's see how he responds. I would say late in this ballgame, his last 3 curveballs have all been spot on.
Yeah, and Jeff knows his kids. Jeff, he does. Mm-hmm. He knows what Weibel is all about. And he just want to go out there. And, he hasn't been out there all game, so it was a good opportunity for him to go out and talk to his kids and just say, hey, we're good. We're all right. Let's just let's get this X out, and let's get to the top of the 7th.
Well,
the bottom of the 6th.
You get 5. You don't want to take them all on the bus with you.
Yep.
So just keeping an eye on that runner at first base, wanting to make sure that if he steals second base, that they're not going to get a base hit scoring them 2 runs to get back in this game. I would say concentrate on that pitcher or on that hitter. And there is another right on the inside third of the plate. As
that
the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers, Joe Bartles.
That was sweet.
Couldn't pull the trigger on that. But again, when you're on the inside third and you're leaning over the plate, it's tough to catch up to. And he just blows it by him to say, I'm going to limit the damage. Fire extinguisher out. At the end of 5.5 innings, it's John Glenn 4, Nouvel 1. Back for the bottom of the 6th on Bay County TV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Back on Bay County TV, the rally floaties are out for Nouvel.
Now he's wearing the hat.
They got 1 run in the top of the 6th inning. We'll find out now if John Glenn can use those rally floaties against them. As Brendan Brill will be the leadoff hitter for John Glenn. He just smokes one to short, and that is ouch. That is right off the shin bone of the shortstop, Jacob Burr. And I'm going to tell you what, he's not saying burr right now. He's going yowie.
Yeah.
Because there is no meat on the front of that shin when you take a ground ball off of it.
Yep, he thought it was going to take a little bit of a hop, Jeff, and it kind of stayed down and got him right on the shin. And in the game, running Zach Fisher for was that Sontag again? Nope, that was
Brill.
number 5. That was
Brill.
Brandon Brill, the second baseman. Excuse me, Brandon. Didn't see your number until you got a little bit closer to me.
As we've got Carter Sontag up right now with that runner on first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala, glad to have you along from Dow Diamond as John Glenn is up 4-1 right now. Seeing if they can add to that. As the Bobcats got a little bullpen action going on. They're heating up down there just in case. And a nice pitch on the outside third as John Glenn has not mastered the bunt yet today. They've had a few opportunities, but have not been able to really cash in on that yet. I think they're going to try it again, though. Nope, there goes Jeff Hart saying, take that, Jeff. Don't be trying to outthink me. I didn't get the 300-plus wins by letting the commentators upstairs outthunk me.
Well, those guys know us pretty well, and they're saying there's no way those two guys can outthink me.
Well, they'll smile when they hear it. It's the one-strike pitch, and that ball is lifted to right field, and that's going to be caught. And a quick throw back to first base. Nice job, though, by number 30, Zach Fisher. As he played that perfect, he knew just how far he could go and still get back. Nice play, though, by the right fielder, Kiwava.
Kiwava did a nice job, Jeff, getting it back to first base. That play was a little bit closer than you thought.
Well, and he did a great job because he circled around it, so his momentum was coming forward when he caught it, and he threw a strike to first base.
And towards first base. He was coming on an angle right at it. Nice job by that young man.
There's another foul ball as the John Glenn Bobcats. Rory O'Hare trying to make it happen this time, and they just have not been able to get that bunt down successfully. And Jeff Hare knows exactly, what this run means.
Yeah.
You know, a 3-run lead versus a potential 4-run lead, as he's got what many people think is his best hitter up to bat, and there is a long, lazy, high fly ball to left field, gobbled up by Logan Marino.
But just got underneath that one just a little bit. That sounded good off the bat, Jeff, but he just got under it, got it up into the wind, but just didn't get enough of it. And out number 2 for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 on.
You talk about a game of inches. That's a quarter of an inch away from being up against the fence. That's what a good swing he had. He just missed it. That ball fouled away as Ben Canuti with an opportunity now. As that runner, Zach Fisher, had a great jump off of first base. With 2 down, they're trying to put him in motion to get him down to second base any way they can. I would say Osmond may pay a little more attention to him now. Right back where it came from. Nice job that time as Dewan tried to pick it up quick, but at least he knocked it right down at his feet. It did not go behind him. And here come the Bobcats with another 2-out rally.
I think that's a good thing for the Bobcats tonight, Jeff. We've seen a lot of them going back up the box through the pitcher's mound. So, you know, kids are doing what they can with the pitch, not trying to pull it up for the Bobcats as number 4, Bryce Friedenberg, the left fielder.
Now, Friedenberg with an opportunity. He's hit the ball well today. So with a couple of runners on base, 1 in scoring position, we'll see what Friedenberg can do here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Goes for the high cheese. Maybe just out of the zone, but boy, that pitch looked good coming out of the pitcher's hand, and he had a healthy rip at it.
Nice pitch. Good way to start off your first pitch.
And Friedenberg, he's loose now. He says, I can swing and hit anything because I'm all loosened up. So nice job that time, Osmond. Just showing him a little different look. Shows him that off-speed pitch. It was down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He was thinking about it, but good patient hitting right there by Friedenberg.
Boy, look at Coach Jeff down at third base, too. He is totally tuned in to make sure that they are not going to have somebody sneak in behind his runner at second base, Fisher, to end that inning prematurely. So he says, this is my first focus. Then after the pitch comes, then I can turn and see what's going on at the plate. And then you'll hear 50 people in the stands go, balk, balk. It just looked different. It had to be a balk.
They either hear him balk or back.
Oh, and the catcher that time, Bartles, caught the ball, moved that frame in, and still got the call from our home plate umpire. But again, he's been generous the whole game long and very consistent.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 runners on. 2s are wild. And Friedenberg goes for the high cheese again at the end of 6 innings. It's 4-1. John Glenn over Nouvel. Back for the 7th inning in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and today I'm here to change your outlook on becoming a referee. Sometimes being a referee can be hard work, but I'm here to tell you that the positives far outweigh the negatives. Just think of the impact you could have on the younger generation, the laughs you could share, and the lives you could change. There's an unofficiated game that needs you.
Looking at LL Louis Loft out there in this beautiful complex Dow Diamond.
I walked by that when I came in tonight, Jeff. That's an impressive little playscape out there. Louis Loft, kids go out there, have a good time, watch a little baseball, a little corn, a little hot dog, a little Coke. Nothing better.
Right by those Adirondack chairs that you said looked pretty scrumptious.
I like those. That's a nice looking seat down that right field line.
Strike number 1 is trying to finish what he started is Blake Weibel. No balls and 1 strike here in the top of the 7th inning. Looks like the batter is number 20, Jacob Burr.
Can't forget some of our sponsors tonight, Jeff. How about Covenant Healthcare? Our good friends from AAA Transport, Village Towing, 2 locations in Caucalan and Bay City. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, and one more we'll let you know right after that pitch is Shirts, Mugs, and More out in Essexville, Michigan, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV. Thank you, folks. We greatly appreciate your efforts all season long, and all year long.
Indeed we do. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right on the outside corner, painting it. Jacob Burr stood there like the house by the side of the road. Couldn't pull the trigger, and that's been a strike from the 1st inning to the 7th.
Yes,
Mike.
it has. It certainly has. It's been painting the black all night long. Weibel did a fantastic job right there with that pitch. No doubt about it.
1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Weibel, boy, snaps off a perfect 64-mile-an-hour Charlie. And he's got full command of that now. He had trouble getting a feel for it early, but he's got it now.
He found it in the later innings, Jeff, and it was very, very effective against the Panthers here in the late innings.
Sontag's taking a little beating back there as it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And a lot of times when you see that, only at 79 miles an hour, but sometimes you just get in too much of a hurry.
Yeah.
Need to get back, just slow down, take a couple of deep breaths, get right back to that mechanic, and I look for this one to be a beautiful strike.
Be on a little outside, setting up outside, went inside with it. A little bit low, ball 2, 1 strike.
You move the feet of the hitter. You don't want him to be too comfortable, but 2 balls and 1 strike. A pretty good hitters count here for the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers, as they've got to try and come up with a 3 spot here in the 7th inning. Fouled back on the screen.
And before I forget, Jeff, I just want to say congratulations and have a great retirement to my friend Mike Boyd, the athletic director at Nouvel Catholic Central, and we'll talk a little bit about him after this next pitch.
Kuava trying to get on base at 2-2. Just a little bit high. Count is full at 3-2. But you go back a few years with Brother Michael.
I do. His dad, Smokey Boyd, was the coach when it was Saginaw, St. Peter, and Paul, and Mike and I butted heads on the basketball floor and on the football field. So I've known Mike a long time. He's a good man. Pop up to the first baseman. That is Facundo. Gobbles it up and out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. And I'll just say to Mike, it was a pleasure playing against you, and saw him after all these years a couple times, and we did some radio games at Nouvel, and just a class individual. I wish him nothing but the best in his retirement.
Well, and he availed himself for us, too, and that was something we very much appreciated.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dad had a little stint at Bay City Central coaching a few years.
Yes,
so
he did.
There's a little Bay County flavor to that Boyd family as well.
That was a great rivalry between All Saints and Saginaw St. Peter and Paul back in the day.
1 ball and 1 strike right now as the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers are down to their final out in the ball game. It looks like they might have a pinch hitter up to bat right now, and I don't have the name of that young person. My apologies. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a little bit high and outside on that off-speed offering at 63 miles an hour. Boy, and you go from 63 to 81, that's a huge difference at 18 miles an hour.
Sure
trying
is.
to guess correctly. That ball, just a piece of it.
It's hanging tough.
As it's 2 balls and 2 strikes right now, it all comes down to 1 last strike for Nouvel as they try and keep their hopes alive here in game 1 of a double dip against the John Glenn Bobcats.
It'll be a nice complete game victory for Weibel here, Jeff, if he finishes this thing off. And, not too often do you see too many pitchers anymore in the modern day game of baseball go the full 7 innings or full 9 like in the pros. So this has been an impressive outing for Blake Weibel.
Well, it's definitely a game of specialties. As a nice foul ball trying to stay alive is number 14. Again, my apologies because I was not given a name for the young man. But, when you've got closers and setup people and stuff, it is not real common. But anytime your starter can go the whole distance and you could save the rest of your arms for another game, that's a thing of beauty. There's just a little slow roller to second base. It is Brill to Facundo. That's all there is.
There is not anymore.
The final score in our ball game. The John Glenn Bobcats with an impressive 4-1 victory over the Nouvel Catholic Central Panthers. Back to put the wraps on this one in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients. With the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Welcome back to our IBEW post-game show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. As we said in the pregame, we anticipated that Blake Weibel was going to be able to throw a good game. I don't think we had any idea just how masterful he was going to end up being.
Did not let us down, Jeff. Did a complete game 4-hitter and a big win for the John Glenn Bobcats, 4-1. And, he got better as the game went along. He had a little bit of trouble in one of those late innings, but Coach Hart said, you know what, we're going to go out, we're going to talk about it. He calmed down and threw a really, really nice complete game and got the Bobcats to 21-5. Very impressive.
John Glenn Bobcats' 2-out rallies were definitely what spurred them on to victory today.
Yeah, they had rallies in the first, second, and fourth inning, Jeff, and they went up 3-1, got to 4-1. Nouvel put some run on the board, threatened a little bit in the sixth and the fifth inning, but really did a nice job. John Glenn came together and got a big win, got themselves to 21-5.
Very solid effort defensively by the Bobcats as well.
Really did a nice job, Jeff. Sontag did a nice job catching the game tonight. O'Hare did a nice job. Canuti out there, or not Canuti, but Facundo did a nice job. Canuti out in right field. All-around team effort tonight by the Bobcats. Solid, fundamentally sound, and that does not surprise me the way the Bobcats play when you got Jeff Hart as your head coach.
Well, Blackjack tonight, 21 is the magic number for the John Glenn Bobcats as they come up with a huge win tonight in this ball game.
Put 11 up, too.
Always going to be something that the kids remember playing here at Dow.
It is so special. You and I, when we look at the spring sports schedule for baseball, we get a little giddy, too, coming over here for Dow Diamond because we get treated so well and it's so plush. We got such a great venue. And these kids will remember that. I remember playing at the Saginaw Civic Center when it was called the Civic Center. When you get about 8,000 people, you always remember that, Jeff. So this is very special, and the kids get treated very well here, and it's just such a thrill for these young men to play here.
Well, and we'll tell everybody in Bay County that's building a new press box, look at these plush chairs and a nice big view. We'll take any of that we can get in the future. But pleasure to be by your side again. It was another great win for John Glenn.
Good to be back, Jeff. Always a pleasure sitting to your right and having the whole squad together tonight for what was a big win for the Bobcats, putting them at 25. And we'll see you next time, wherever we're going to be at. I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be fun.
On behalf of the whole crew, I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Quizdala. Cameramen, as the game went on, Nick Page and Jared Doan, Natalie Doan pushing all the right buttons. Have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon.
We'll see you next time.